Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. Ahsoka is done. It's finished. And it's as bad as we knew it was going to be. But that brings the question. Did it always have to be that way? When something is timeless, it holds a certain reverence. It holds a certain place in history. Because you can always go back to it and always find something great about it that can resonate in the here and now. People from any period of time can walk up and say, wow, I'm going to pick it up right here. I'm going to pick it up right there. They could watch it in its original intent and still think it makes sense. Star Wars was one of those timeless things. From 1977 to 2012, it was timeless and only grew because generations could pick it up and go, yes, I connect with Luke Skywalker. I connect with Han Solo. I connect with Princess Leia, no matter what I look like. I think Darth Vader is badass. I think the whole universe, I think the Force is awesome. I love it all. And for a long time, it was embraced as something truly wonderful. But then Disney took it over. And people were put in charge, such as Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and yeah, I'm going to say it, Jon Favreau too, who don't have respect for what came before. Now, maybe Jon Favreau does like real Star Wars, but Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy do not like real Star Wars. Dave Filoni has been on a mission ever since he was taken off George Lucas's leash to corrupt and pervert all Star Wars to his idea of what it is. Look at everything Dave Filoni's done since 2012. He works very hard to exclude all things George Lucas Star Wars. And Kathleen Kennedy promotes it. Hell, we know what it was like in Lucasfilm for the past decade. They hate Luke Skywalker. They hate George's idea of what the Force means, what everything means. And you know what? They've created a fan base that permits it. Or we call it the stan base. The stan base is very welcome to the change. They like it that Dave Filoni perverts the idea of what it means to be a Force user. They like it that he created space whales. They like it that he takes ideas from better stories, better versions in the expanded universe, and corrupts and perverts them into something stupid, like Dave Filoni's version of Night Sisters. But Star Wars isn't the only thing. Star Wars is just the latest victim to finally make it clear that nothing is safe. Just because it's timeless, nothing is safe. And you know how you protect something? Well, there's two ways to protect something and keep it timeless, keep it with its intended direction, its intended meaning. First of all, it helps if the creator is still alive and working on it and protective of it. That's not available, a devoted fan base. And I'm a first-generation Star Wars fan. I was there when they were in the theaters for the first time. Yeah, I'm old. Live with it. I've seen what the Star Wars fan base was like from 77 to 2012. Okay, not 77. I'm not that old. But I was there in the dark times before the EU began. And then when the EU blossomed and it became a big thing. Star Wars fan base was always divided. We were never a unified unit. We were always bickering amongst each other about what is Star Wars, what is that. But you know what? It was nerd fighting. It was healthy. It was harmless. But then Disney took it over and it turned it into an agenda, virtue signaling, SJW woke propaganda machine. And then it became, you don't like it, you're a racist and a bigot. So Star Wars, even though it had a fan base, it was never a fan base that was going to stand up to the woke agenda, because a lot of people who were just movie fans shrugged when they threw out the EU. They said, okay, fine, whatever. That stuff was just the books. Doesn't rate higher than my canon tier list. But then the movies made by Disney steadily destroyed what they loved. And eventually, Last Jedi was the breaking point. But that was why Star Wars was never going to survive the woke assault. Because the fan base was never unified. Unlike the Tolkien fan base. Lord of the Rings fan base was always a unified front. Because even though the book existed forever, when the movies came out, it just made it larger. People loved the movies, and then they went and read the books and loved the books too. A unified fan base. So when Rings of Power came out, it said, hey, No, we are not going to let you do this. We are not going to let you convert and pervert it into something horrible. They said, we're going to stand up and we're going to draw the line. And this war against everything people love ends here, and we push back. And that's what happened. The pushback against Rings of Power showed you that something can be protected. Something can remain its timeless self when the fan base is there. But other franchises haven't been so lucky. Along with Star Wars, Star Trek has fallen. Doctor Who has fallen. Many, Marvel, DC, they've all fallen because the woke mind virus, the cancer, is everywhere, pervasive, down to the roots. But then here comes something else and proves, once again, the other rule I said. If the creator is still alive, or in some cases, a caretaker, a proper, educated, beloved, respected caretaker is given the power, is still there, something can then survive. One Piece live action. I'm a One Piece fan. 20 plus years of watching One Piece. Anime, manga. I love it. I'm rewatching it now. But you know what? I'm not the biggest One Piece live action fan. I could admit that. I thought it was okay. I think it missed the mark on a few things, but I wasn't the intended audience. You know why? Because Oda Sensei made it to broaden the audience, to bring in normies or anime normies, whatever you want to call them, to bring in a people that were afraid, cautious, nervous to tackle something that has over 1,000 chapters and over 1,000 episodes. But you know what he did? He went in there. He made a deal with Netflix that he retained enough control over the live action project that even though to someone like me, it deviates enough that I don't get the full enjoyment of it, it still sticks to what makes One Piece, even though in my opinion it's watered down. But it's still One Piece because it's respectful. It holds on that idea. And One Piece is timeless. As I said, over 20 years now, One Piece has been going strong in Japan and around the world now. And you know why? Because Oda Sensei created something wonderful. And when he made his deal with Netflix, he saw what Netflix did to Cowboy Bebop. He saw what other adaptations happened under Netflix. And he said, I'm not going to let you ruin my baby. This is my baby. This is the thing I've worked on my entire life. And I want to broaden the audience as we go towards the end. Because we're in the final arc. It's going to take another 5 or 6 years before it's done. But we're in the final stages of One Piece. But that's the thing. It's timeless because Oda protected its timeless nature now. And its timeless nature comes through the live action. And 20-year-old themes, 20-year-old ideals are reaching an entire new fan base. And they're loving it. So it's not as though something timeless is bad. New Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, Kurtzman Trek, JJ Trek, Dr. Karen, and all these other things, all new, all different in Marvel, all the new DC stuff. It's bad because they abandoned the timeless aspect because the fans let it happen, and I let it happen too. I am not innocent in all of this. I let it happen in Star Wars because I had my head in the sand and I blackpilled. I let it happen with Star Trek because I wasn't even paying the fuck attention. I let it happen with Doctor Who because I didn't have anybody to talk to and I didn't know the communities. You understand what I'm saying? I am as guilty as anybody else as a fan for letting things be destroyed because I didn't realize I had to fight for it. Tolkien fans realized they had to fight for it in that moment and let it happen. Timelessness is a gift. It has to be preserved and protected. Because you can see that when people who hate it are put in charge of something, they can destroy it just like that and lose what made it special. So collect, protect, and preserve what you love. Stand up. Grab a banner, grab a flag, march out there and say, I love this franchise as it always was, and I'm not going to let you being the corporations, the woke agenda, the stands, the fake fans, the SJWs, the virtue signalers, the intersectionalists, I'm not going to let you destroy what I love. I'm not going to let you take it away from me because I'm the passionate fan. I was here first. A lot of these things, some say can't be saved. I believe they can be, as long as we, the fans, remember what they are supposed to look like, feel like, sound like, taste like. We are the lifeblood of it all. A lot of people have forgotten that. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. And a lot of people sometimes are afraid to fight. You don't have to openly fight. Just lend your voice to the chorus. Just remind everybody that they're not alone. We can save these things. Timelessness means you can go back and still find the great things about an IP, a franchise, a product, and show it to a new generation. Expanded universe. Star Trek. From the TOS all the way to Voyager, it's still there for you. You just have to go, remind yourself, and then show it to others. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube. We hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Hit the notification button for my videos you like I'm preaching. By all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from real passionate fans like you. I care what you think. I do not care what the stans, fake fans, and SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards, easily triggered, will cry at you, and then go cry in a corner while we laugh in victory. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, @theranernerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.